Hello there guys, welcome to video number 3. I couldn't resist, I'm straight back in, I haven't moved at all. I really should have done, I should have gone and got a drink, so I'm really hot. But I'm going to have a crack at this. I've got to be more relaxed than last time though, because my shoulders are killing. So yeah, I've just started uploading the race. And what I'm going to do now is the practice session for the next race. So we're at Bahrain. My door just opened. I thought Carol was creeping in, but she's not. Anyway, let's get in there with practice session number 1. I don't know this track at all, so we're going to be doing the acclimatization kind of challenge thing. I might do that a few times just to kind of get used to the track a little bit, but we'll see. Anyway, hopefully we'll do better than last time. We'll get some points. Hopefully it's going to be dry as well. So we've been quite lucky on the weather so far. Right then. I'm just going to stay exactly as we are and go for the track acclimatization exactly as we are set up, and just hopefully learn the track a little bit. I certainly don't expect to come out, you know, with a lot of points, but I'll learn the track.
Right, try to nail as many corner gates as you can. The faster you get through each corner, the higher the score.
I mean, I have raced this track before, obviously I've raced all of them, but when I say I don't know it, I'm hoping that whilst I'm driving around it, I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this bit, and it'll all come back to me. But at the moment, I'm really not sure what's coming up. Oh, a very sharp corner's coming up, that's what's coming up, go on.
Approaching the DRS zone, watch your MFD for the activation point.
No, I'll just allow it to do it automatically for me and be purple. See? That's much better, Jeff. Oh, I weren't expecting that. I should glance down at the minimap every once in a while as well. Oh, red one. Oh, shit. Oh. We're going to need these practice sessions, we really are. It's not a nice track, is it? It really isn't. Oh, we're going to be needing this driver line. This is a sharp one. I was saying I hope that I'm going to sort of like remember it as I'm driving around it, but so far nothing. Yeah, this is probably one of my weakest tracks because I do avoid it because of the frame rate issues this track often gets with being always at night. But yeah, so far it's all new to me. Right, here we go then. That's a lap.
Remember to brake nice and early for each corner. Focus on hitting the apex first. Build up speed later.
I'm surprised that wasn't res. Came through it incredibly slowly. I can't remember what's coming up. Oh, bloody hell. There we go then, 2 reds. 2 reds in the bag. I think we're going to need all the practice sessions for this one. And we're not going to see many R&D points from practice session 1, that's for sure. Oh my goodness me, this is hideous. But hopefully, by the time we've got through all of this, we should know the track before we start the race. I've sort of learning that bit there now. You've got that kind of like sweeping left and then a really sharp left afterwards at the bottom of the hill. Sort of remembered that corner from the previous lap. This was like a big round one, wasn't it? It does straighten up though. I'm getting a little bit better. And this one's not as sharp as the other bit that's similar. Right then, I'll try and focus on getting this track in my head.
Final lap. This is the final lap of the program.
Right, this one's a really sharp one first, isn't it? There's another really sharp one as well. So the end of here is another really sharp. Got brake nice and early. Oh, come on. Yeah, we got it. Oh, bollocks. We didn't get it. This bit's quite tricky. You sort of snake your way down the hill. It's a bit tighter there than I thought. God, just look down at the mini-map, it's really tight. Now this is that one that tightens after the bend. So I've got this one in my head now. Like that. I thought that was the start-finish line there though, it's not, is it? There's another one before the actual the end. This is the snaky bit, it straightens up, and then there's a right that's quite sharp. Right, the snaky bit, it's got a sharp right at the bottom of the hill. And then this is just a 90 degree coming up here. Maybe it's a little bit tighter than 90. It actually tightens, doesn't it? And now we've got the start-finish again. So we didn't do very well. We're going to pop into the pits. I'm not going to do any, you know, like on my first practice session, I kept restarting and all that. I'm not going to do that. I think that was a bit cheaty of me. So I'm going to do this properly. And if I don't get all the points, I don't get all the points. So what they're wearing today, that's not an outfit that I permitted. That blending blue into red looks bloody awful. Yeah, that certainly wasn't my design. I wonder if that man's going to rub my wheel with his eyes closed. Let's have a look, see if he's there. Anyway, let's just have a look, see if the man's there. Oh, he's got his eyes open. Right. Let's have a good look at that track. Where do we start then? So we start off going towards the left, don't we? Yeah, because of 1, 2, 3 and all that. Right, I'm just going to kind of study this a little bit, try and get it in my head. There's two of those sort of wiggly-esque bits, aren't there?
We should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program. Try to run it before the end of FP3 if you can.
So it's kind of like a long straight and then a sharp little bit, a wiggle, another sharp bit, a wiggle, and then down the hill and a sharp bit. Then we've got that turn that suddenly goes really sharp on the bottom of the hill at turn 10. And then as we come out of the next bit, we've got another sort of like S-bend that sharpens up after the straight.
Our best lap so far is a 1:40.
Shut up, Jeff. Our best lap. Right, have we already got some points for this? Did we get... Yeah, we got some points already. I'll go for it again though, because it really helps you, I think. I really think it does. So I'm going to go for this again and try and keep that bird's eye view of the track in my head and my position on it as we're going around. That's my objective. Right, so I'm trying to visualise in my head where we are on that map and what's coming up. So this is a 90 degree here that then tightens very slightly. I mean, I call it 90, but it's not. But I know that it is. It's not. It's close enough 90. So now we got the start finish. At the end of this, we have a very sharp right.
Speed up a bit in the following corners. Turn 4, turn 8, turn 9.
Right, so we've got a really sharp to begin with, and then it sort of goes back and straightens up again. Another long straight. I can't remember what's at the end of this. It is a sharp right, isn't it? And then that's sort of like first of the two S bends. Yeah, we've got sharp right. The first of the two S bends, and at the end of the S, there's it comes down the hill, and you've got this sharp. It tightens up. You know, this is what I call the S bend. You come down the hill. There's a straight bit, and then it's a very sharp right. Good. And then this is the sweeping corner that turns into a really sharp corner. I always think this bit's the start-finish line, but it's not. There we go. Obviously it's left turn here because I just saw the cars go round it. So it's quite a mellow left here, I think. Oh no, it's not. Sort of echoes the other side. So now we've got the big S, and at the end of this it straightens up, you go down a hill, and then there's a not quite so sharp right. This bit. Oh, there wasn't a downhill. And then this is a big long straight. Can't think where I am on the actual map though. Followed by a sharp right. Oh, the 90-degree one. So that means we are coming towards the finish line. Right. I can do this. I can learn this track.
You'll get a bonus for consistency if you can chain good corners.
Right, very sharp right. Slow down. Very sharp right. You didn't slow down enough. Sharper than that. And then, whoops. And then it straightens up. Long straight. And then another very sharp right. Which you've overshot again. Now we've got the first of the two S's. So we do the S, and then we come down through a straight bit, and then a very sharp right. Good. Now we've got the sweeping bend that turns very sharp at the bottom of the hill. So we want to brake about here. That's good. Big long straight. Just over 90 degrees for a left. Yeah, big sweepy S shape. It doesn't go downhill, it straightens up after the second part of the S, and then there is a right about here that's not too sharp, and then 90 degrees, tightens up, finish line on the right. We are learning the track. Brilliant. I still can't see it in my head, like the overview of it. I really can't.
Final lap of the program.
Right, sharp right. Brake much harder because you keep missing this bloody gate. Well done. Don't spin out. Right, we're going to have to watch that on the race. That is a place where you can spin. So down this big long straight, and then we've got another sharp right, not quite as sharp. We have another sharp right before the first S bend. Here it is. We've not managed to catch that gate. Right, now we've got the first S. Oh, it's quite sharp on that bit of it, isn't it? Down the hill and another sharp right. This track is all bloody sharp rights. If you're unsure of what's coming up, it's probably a sharp right. Sweeping bend that turns sharp at the bottom. There's that. Well, I bet you could spin out there if you caught that inside curb. Well, I'm quite chuffed that I'm learning this because I absolutely do not know this track at all before this session. So this is just over 90 degrees and it goes up the hill, turns into another S, straightens out, and then there's a reasonably sharp but not too bad right hand bend with a gate right on the inside of it. So we've got to make sure we can catch that, this one. There we go, went a bit too slow there. And there we go, 90 degrees, the slightly tightens with a little bend, and then we've got the start line again. I feel like I am learning the track. Is that 1 or 3? Okay, that's 3. Okay, we'll go in the pits. Really, really nice pit stop on this as well, isn't it? Nice entry. Not like Australia where it's that fiddly bloody little pathway. Higgledy-piggledy thing. How do, boys? It's a bit erratic there, turning into the pits. I don't feel like I know the track well enough at all yet to be able to go and do like qualifying pace or any of that. Certainly not. I might have a crack for one of the ones where you have to go slow. Is there a practice thing for safety car where I just go round at the back of a queue? I bet I could do that. I'm going to look at this map again. Get this in my head. So I've got to think, when I'm coming around turn 9 and turn 10 is that one that's really sharp. That's the bit that is parallel to the start finish. So I want to get that in my head. And the two S's are the bits that are on the inside of the very ildy-peeldy U shape. I've got to get this stuck in my head.
Or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to activate the system, and you can either speak the command or select it manually from the radio screen that will appear on the multifunction display.
I'm not going to talk over. Yes, I am going to talk over Jeff. He's telling me something that's completely pointless. I haven't got a headset connected. I'll tell you what you should be able to do. You should be able to draw on a piece of paper any of these tracks and get them pretty bloody accurate. I reckon I could draw Catalunya and I think I'd be pretty accurate on it, but I don't think I could draw any of the other ones. If you gave me a piece of paper and asked me to draw one of the tracks, I probably couldn't do it. But I reckon that would be a nice challenge to kind of, you know, teach yourself the actual layout of the track and learn it. But I'm trying to get this. I really want to learn these tracks. I'm trying to get it in my head. I honestly think I'm doing all right. So
We're fourth in the speed trap, 199.8 miles per hour.
we'll have another track acclimatisation and see if we can do a little bit better now. There are a couple of corners where you really have to slow down, and I sort of know where they are now, whereas previously I didn't, and I was missing them. It'd be useful if I had a compass on the screen, wouldn't it? For learning tracks. That'd be well handy. You know which direction you're going. Alright, here we go then. So in my head then, I'm currently going along the bottom towards the left of the map. That's what's going on.
Corners, turn 4, turn 8, turn 9.
Now this is a very sharp corner here, and it's really tight on this gate. There we go. Right, so this Iggledy pick, and now I'm going up the left-hand side of the map. And it's another very sharp one that I've got to brake early for. I think I've missed it. Oh, I haven't. That's lovely. Right, now we're coming around the inside of what I would consider the weird shape U with this first of the 2S bends. And after all, that's not a good line at all down there. And at the bottom of this, we do have a really sharp right. There we go. We made it through. Now this is what's going to bring me parallel with the start-finish line at the bottom of this. With this corner that goes much sharper, we're going to miss it. Bollocks, we've missed one. So we are now parallel with the start-finish line, which is just over the other side of that grandstand on our right. So we're now going along the middle of the U. We're going to come back up the inside of it here. I'm sure you know what I mean when I say it's like a big U shape. So we've got the S, straightens up, and then it has got another sharp right as we come back down. We're now travelling down the right hand side, I think, aren't we? Or is this travelling down the right hand side? That might have been going along the top, I think.
Good work, you seem to have a solid handle.
We're now going along the bottom.
Each turn. Remember that chaining good
Brake early, brake early.
will give you a consistency bonus.
Oh, that was terrible. Alright, so the wiggly bit. Up the left. I'll brake early. We don't want to miss this gate. Now we've got the first of the S's. Got to get this in my head a little bit better. We've got to brake for the right hand bit. Just a bit blind on that bit there. And then we've got very sharp coming through here. Did we miss this last time? I can't remember if we did or not, but we got it this time anyway. Right, so now we have the bit that brings us back parallel with the start-finish line. It is fucking tight. I fucking missed it. That's the one I missed last time as well, isn't it? Which automatically misses this one as well. That's a shame. So bringing us back up the U with a corner that's just over 90 degrees, but it's quite mellow. So it's not too bad. The second S. Now it's going to straighten. Now it's going to tighten. Bring it in. Don't know why that gate was red. Now, this is a bit where I'm not 100% sure where we are. I think I'm going along the top, and then this bit brings us back down the right hand side as you're looking at the map. No, that was down the right hand side because this is the start finish, so this is the bottom. Okay, yeah, definitely.
This is the final lap of the program.
Right, so now I've got it quite well in my head now. So let's see if we can get a better time. Well, that was terrible because I really fucked it up. And then I broke way too early. Thought I'm not going to make it to the corner, and then it just went the other way. Never mind. But we are starting to get the hang of this track. First of the two S shapes. Square bit, clip this corner, and then turn in quickly for the start of the S. Watch the blue tarmac. And now we got the sharp one here. You're not sharp enough. We're going to need these practice sessions if we expect to get a decent race. The really sharp bit. Right, this is the corner I keep missing. This one here. We've got to make sure we get that. And this one. So we are now parallel with the start-finish line. So second S coming up. And probably take that a little bit faster. That curb is not... I don't want to be going on there too much. So there we go. We're now coming back down the right-hand side, and we've got the 90 degrees that then kind of kinks in a little bit, and that's along the bottom for the start-finish straight, which is also a DRS zone, is it, or isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, right, we'll go back in the pits again then. I'm going to have another look at the overview of the map and really try and lock this in. That is very erratic. I know that we haven't been very productive with our R&D points on this practice session, but I think we've been incredibly productive on trying to learn the map, and that's the most important. I think you've got to spend your first practice session learning the actual track itself if it's a track that you just don't know, and this is absolutely one of my worst, so I'm quite happy about that. So I want to kind of get the angles now, because I've been thinking of this U shape that has got dead straight sides, and it really hasn't. It kind of tilts in a little bit, doesn't it? And when you know it tilts in a little bit, you know the angle of the corner that's coming up better in your mind. If you've got this plan in your head, it's much easier to know, you know, what corners are coming. So it's that the inside of corner 7 is that blue bit of tarmac, isn't it? That's just coming down the hill there. So we've got that little tiny wiggle just to the right of number 4. And then coming down past that blue bit of tarmac for the sharp corner.
We're 8th in the speed trap, 199.8.
Yeah, I think I'm doing all right. Let's go another track acclimatisation. I'll really focus this time on trying to get in the purples. All right then, wish me luck. Fortunately, there is a car in front of me. That is annoying. I hope they pit. I'm tempted to just let them go. Or just hold back and just let them go ahead, so that they're. Then again, the one behind me will catch up. Then bollocks, they didn't go in the pits. I was really hoping that they did. Hopefully, they'll just be much faster than me.
In these corners, turn 10, turn 13.
Is that it? It sounded like you were going to riddle off a whole load of them there, Jeffy boy, and you just said 2. Alright, looking good so far. This one is, we've got to brake early on this because it is a sharp corner. Come on. Oh, lovely. Let our car drift across a little bit. First of the two S's. So we've got the straight bit, and we've got to brake for this. And then we've got the blind corner with the blue tarmac. Down the hill. Very sharp here, so brake. Oh, I wish they'd bloody get a move on. I don't want to catch him up, and I am going to catch him up if I ain't careful. And brake just before this gate. Oh, bollocks. We should have took my foot off the brake. That's 2 red gates for that. Bollocks. It's still going to be good, but it's not going to be top, is it? We've got 2 greens and 2 reds on the board. It's definitely not going to be top. And we've just... Oh, I thought I was going to miss that one. Right, where does it start to change? Ooh, go on, go on, go on, go on. We missed that one last time, didn't we? It was already red when we got to it, so that's better than before. Couple of greens, couple of purples there. Right. This is this is the 90 degree back to the start line, I think it is. Okay, so not quite fast enough. We got 500.
That's looking good. Now let's try for purple. You'll get a bonus for see if you can chain good corners together.
We didn't get it then. I thought we were in it then. It sort of doesn't show you score. Every time you look up, it's saying like plus 15 or plus 30 or something. You're thinking, show me my fucking score. There's plenty of room up there for you to show me my score all the time. It's like I can only glance up for a split second, so leave my actual score on the board all the time, and next to it, put the little plus 30s and the plus whatever it is. You know, so they've got loads of room. It's bloody stupid. We can't afford to just look at it until it tells us the information we want. Rant over. Oh, that felt slow through there. Ooh, purples. Oh, fuck. Ah! Don't damage the car. You'll have to pay for it to be fixed. Alright, even if we fuck up in here now, we're not doing any rewinds. We're going to be proper strict. I imagine a lot of people who started watching the first video of the playthrough was thinking, oh, this will be a pile of shit. He's rewinding all the time. It's going to be boring to watch this, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to be very, very strict. So I might have to leave a note on that video saying on this one I do a bunch of... I'll update the description and say on this one I rewind quite a lot. But after this first video I'm being very strict, even on the practice sessions. And I'm not rewinding. And I tell you what, I really think I might sack off the idea of rewinding if I total the car as well. If I total the car, it's just a DNF, and I've just got to deal with it. Right then, let's try again. I wished it left my score up all the time. I'm sitting there looking at the score. Oh, 1 purple gate off. Well, 2, because obviously a green gate is worth points as well, isn't it? So, Christ, that was shit. Ooh, I'm all over the shop here. Right, so bad start on this one. Early. I really like this training program. It's so useful for learning your track. Because it's like if you're a little bit wide on an apex, you do miss a gate, and it's annoying that you've missed a gate. It's more annoying missing a gate than it is not getting a good line and going a bit wide. And it kind of really teaches you where you've got to brake earlier, where you've got to be more careful. It's really good. I do like it. I think it's a really good training tool. Can we get this gate? Oh, we got it. What did it? It's purple as well. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Well, I'm happy with that. We've got 320 points. I'm going to get some more. Keep them purple, keep them purple. It's on the inside, this next one. Bit nervous there. Oh, shit. I'm holding my breath. We're safe. Oh, they all went green. I hadn't looked up and they all went green. But at least there's no reds, I think. I'm not sure. Have I done a red? I don't think I have. Back in the purples. What am I on? Oh, it's not going to tell me. I'm on brackets plus 30. Come on, tell me my fucking score.
Okay, test complete, and that was...
What did I get?
Indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
What was my fucking score? 470. Out of 525. Oh, is that it? Am I in the... Right, let's teleport to the garage. So frustrating. The score should just be on the screen all the time. Stupid, man. Right, is that it? If I've got... Right, so I've got 200 points. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. 7 minutes left. We'll do the double setup. And we'll do the... How do I do the low fuel one? How do I make them put low fuel in the car? I've got a fucking clue. So we need a fast sector 3 and a different setup. So we'll pop the car on a different setup.
As you drive,
Pop it on that one.
with the MFD button.
And we'll do...
The setting you want to change. So
we'll do the fuel management. Oh, that's 3 laps. We ain't got time. 3 laps. We're not good enough for qualifying pace yet. Okay, we'll do qualifying pace with this setup. And that will give us the, switch the setup thing, won't it? Quite a lot of long straights on here, aren't there? So this is probably a better option setup than the default one. So I think this is a good choice. Right, here we go.
don't worry about tyres, just give it everything. In this test, we want to make sure we can lap close to our rival's pace.
I don't think I'm going to get this. I'm really just doing it for the 2 different setups. I don't feel like I know the track well enough yet to be able to be anywhere near qualifying pace. This is one I do struggle on as well. So I'm just going to see what happens. We'll do our best. We're up on the Delta. That's good news. And it's still going up as well. That's really good news. That driver line does really help a lot, don't it? It really does. You don't really need to know the track too much as long as you really pay attention to the driver line. It really helps, but I mean that's not the objective, is it? The objective is to learn the track, and that is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna come parallel with the start finish after this corner. Gotta be careful here though, I have messed this up a couple of times. Oh, I'm off, but I've got away with it. Now we're going to go back up the hill on a turn that's just over 90, but it's a nice sweepy bend. I feel like you can take this quite quickly. It's a nice wide bit of road here as well. We've got to slow down for this bit. Turn in, turn in, turn in. There we go. That was pretty good. What we've got left, the 90 degrees with a kink, and then that's it. And we're going to do this. We're up. Beautiful. We have made it. That is bloody brilliant. So we're on qualifying pace.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage.
That's fucking lovely. Wasn't expecting to be able to get that program done. I really didn't think I knew the track enough for that. So yeah, all that that at the beginning of paying a lot of attention to the overhead of the track and everything, that really paid off there. So we've managed to... Whoops, wrong button. It's this, isn't it? We've got to do that low fuel one. I didn't know you could change how much fuel's in your car. If I just do the fuel management thing, does it give me low fuel to do this, and it'll automatically happen when I'm doing that one?
The speed trap, 204.3 miles per hour.
Where are we? It says objective 19th, so we're estimated 13th. So that's good. So we've only got 27 seconds left. And so I think this setup is the right one for this track, as opposed to the other options. There are those 2 wiggly bits, and there's a couple of quite tight corners, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 big long straights and 3 DRS zones. I mean, they could have put 4 DRS zones on here, couldn't they? Practice makes perfect in Bahrain. Complete 3 clean laps. Are we going to get to level 7 and get a new helmet and a new car? Not quite. Oh, yes we are. Right, so we've got new stuff. We've got the helmet that goes with the actual car I'm using, and that livery looks alright as well. So, we've got more stuff.
Now over the line, let's see our top 3 again. Stephen
Hey.
and Lewis Hamilton.
Fucking lovely. Right, we're top of the board. Right then, practice round number 2. Hopefully we'll get through this one a little bit quicker. I was thinking, how come I've only been recording the video for 35 minutes? It's when you do the teleport into the pits and that, isn't it? And the flying laps. It's like your actual practice lap time takes off the required amount of time to begin your flying lap or to drive back to the pits if you just go return to garage. So I was thinking these videos have got to be a minimum of those sessions, 45, 45, 30 and 18, but that's really not the case. So anyway, practice number 2. And we're obviously going to be taking the practice. That was a stupid loading screen, weren't it? What a waste of time that was. Really need to relax a bit more. My shoulders and my back are telling me that I am far too tense, and that makes you go slower. If you've got bad shoulders from racing, then you're too tense and your car is not going as fast as it probably could do. Right, the weird dude on the left has got his eyes open. I'm not going to bother going back in there now. That's enough. When we do the setup, can I change my fuel? So tyre, car setup, power unit and gearbox. How do I put less fuel in to do that requirement for the team?
To view information on your current levels of tyre wear and damage, press the MFD button to open the multifunction display, and then again to cycle to the tyres and damage screen.
I really don't know how you do that. I'll have a crack at the fuel management one, and I'll do a bit of coasting on those 4 big long straights. I'll coast at the end of them and see if that's going to help me. What's recommended? Medium. What have I got on? Yeah, medium. Right then. So we're going to coast at the end of those 4 big straights, and hopefully, we'll get to see here whether or not there's frame rate issues with the spotlights being on, because that's the reason I avoid this track.
Here, so try to lift and coast going into the corners. Don't be too aggressive on the power. But
remember, you still have to brake before you get to the corner, otherwise you'll just overshoot it. That's what you got to remember. Oh, I did some coasting already and I didn't need to, we hadn't started. What am I doing? Fuel or tyres? I forgot. It's fuel, isn't it? Yeah, it's fuel. It's kind of like the same thing, isn't it, really, for both of them? My Delta's really good, and it feels like I'm going really bloody slow. I think they're being a bit generous here. A second and a half. I've got to make sure I do a lot of coasting at the end. I'm going to have plenty of time left to hopefully get it up into the purple. That'll be fucking amazing if we manage to get this first time. Could have coasted down there more than I did. But we're good, we're still over a second. We are in the purple. And I'm going to manage to keep it in the purple, I hope. I'm going to coast here as well. And if we need to, we'll lift off just by the finish line. We don't need to, we've done it. Bloody hell, that was easy. It's never normally that easy.
That's complete, and that was a very good job indeed.
Cheers, Jeff.
A lot of valuable information out of that.
We did, didn't we? Right, let's return to the garage. Right, so we didn't get the complete a lap with low fuel. Or did we? We did. Right, we did. Okay, that's good news. So we know how to get that now. So if you want low fuel in the car, we do the fuel management program. So that was really good.
135.4.
Right, so time management is pretty much the same as fuel management, really, isn't it? You don't do much different. So we've got a race strategy and ERS. So ERS is the overtake button thing. I'll have a crack at this one. It's going well. I reckon, excuse me, we can probably skip the last practice section. I've learnt the track quite quickly by my standards. But what was that thing that we had to do? where we had to drive so many laps in a weekend.
ERS management test. Hit the target time whilst managing your battery charge.
That was
Use energy throughout the lap, the higher you will score. Use your overtake button for maximum power, but remember, that will drain energy rapidly.
I'll use it now. Right, that thing that we had to do, it was the sponsor requirement, wasn't it, to get the sponsor goal? That's what it was. So I want to make sure I definitely do enough laps. So I might as well do them on a track that I don't know very well, and you know, learn the track a little bit as well. A bit of this. We shouldn't have done that really. We haven't got enough room for it. We won't be touching that button until we get back on the straight again. Oh, that's not a good one there. I've got to be careful of that on the race. Turn. Oh, I'm dropping down on my Delta. Oh, don't go into the red. It's going to go into the red. I've got a big straight here though, so as long as I get this corner okay, I can open it up and give it some welly. Here comes the welly. I've got my wellies on. Oh, I was looking at the purple line at the top. I very nearly didn't brake in time for that corner. Hey, I've got that now. Got that. I'm happy with this. Half a second, right at the top of the purple. Open it up just a little bit. Not going to let it go out of the purple though. Open it up again. Keep an eye on it just in case it starts falling quickly. Close it up. We're good, we're good.
Program complete and a job well done.
This is going well. Right. Some more R&D points in the bag. What's left? Race strategy and time management. We'll do time management first. So almost the same as Thingy Boy, isn't it? Don't accelerate on an apex. That's the deal with this one. So really, I think most of these things really, if you're nice and flowy, you're all right.
Slip through each corner and take extra care putting the power down at the apex.
Oh, we haven't started yet. I'm being really careful. We ain't started. Well, here we go. Now I'm proper starting to see this track from above in my mind as I'm going around it now, and that is what you want. You want to be able to know where you are on like an overview. Oh, that's good. We're up in the purple already. That's brilliant. Maybe don't want to coast quite that much. It's going to be these S's are the things that are going to take our wear down. So we've got to be very careful around here. Oh, fucking hell. Got to be a bit more careful than that. Use the track. We're okay. Oh, we're going to lose our Delta any second. Oh, I can't turn in time. Don't get on those. There we go, there we go. Right, okay, we're down on the Delta. We've got a car right up our ass. Okay, so it's recovered. We're green and purple. That's good news. We have got to be quite careful though. We're right at the top of the purple now. We've got half a second, so we can afford. This is the bit here where it's going to take it off me, and it didn't. Okay, that was the bit I was worried about. Oh shit. Right. We're all good. One corner left. We'll just ride this as though we're not doing anything to do with tyres. Get our foot down. We've got plenty of purple, and we're up by almost a second by the time we cross the line. 0.8.
Okay, test complete.
Good job. Right, next up we have got the track race strategy. I wasn't expecting to be able to get this one done in this practice session at all. So it says it's a busy track at the moment. So let's have a little look at the times and see how people are doing. Right, Tatty's in 9th.
35.
That's good. Where am I? Oh, I'm not doing so good. I'm 11th. Right, so 135.4. What's the best? 133.1. Right. Let's have a little look at the track. Oh, it's pretty empty. Quick, go, 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 go. Where is it? Where is it? Race strategy. Start. Not too worried about getting a fast lap. We'll leave that for qualifying. Right, here we go.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
We can get purple on this as well. That is going to be fucking lovely. There is a little bit of traffic up ahead, but hopefully I won't catch any of that. Hopefully they're all good drivers and they'll stay out of the way. So sharp right for the first one. Turn. You can cut over that corner, look. Get quite cheeky on there. The other sharp right coming up here. Not quite as sharp, but you still need to brake early. Not quite that early. And then the tricky S. So I've got to be careful with this because I did fuck it up last time. So I want to brake on that little apex there to get this turn, because you want to be ready for this blind bit as you come down the hill. That went pretty good. Could have been slightly better, but that's not bad. Right, brake early on this corner. We don't want to overshoot this. We have been messing this corner up a little bit. It's really tight, that is. And you can use that inner curb as well, so I will be doing that. I'm going to bring it in nice and tight. The uphill, I reckon I can brake a tiny bit later on this one, because it's a really wide bit of track as we come up here. And I'm not using it all. I could use more of that track. Just lift off a little bit on this, get ready for the brakes. Clip this, not that much. And we've just got the right hand bend left. We are learning this track. I was worried about this one, but actually it's turned out alright. There's a few other tracks that I don't know at all as well, so hopefully I'll learn those. Right, we're up 2 seconds. That bodes real well for getting 5 out of 5.
Getting great data. Stay focused.
We're just going to have to be very conservative, because we've got 2 seconds to play with. That's a huge amount of time, as long as we don't make any mistakes. I'll tell you what, after Australia, this track is a dream. It's really wide, the corners are all nice and easy, there's no real higgledy-piggledy bits that really mess you up. It's the only part of the track that in any way could cause a problem is this bit just here. You've got to make sure you brake before this piece and be ready for the downhill section. But yeah, it's nice. I like this track. I mean, I have avoided it in the past because of the issues with the spotlights and the frame rate, but I reckon this is going to move up towards one of my favourites. I think my favourite track at the moment, though, is Brazil. I honestly really don't know it very well, but I know I like it. Every time I race on it, I think, oh, I love this track. And I've only recently learned that it is actually Brazil. Oh, I broke way too much there. But yeah, it's just nice. It really is nice. It just seems to flow. That bit, the big long sweepy left-hand bend. Oh bollocks! I completely forgot where I was. The big long sweepy left-hand bend for the start-finish. I really like that bit. I really do. And there's some nice corners on that track. But yeah, I can't play it in my head. Like I can play Catalunya in my head, every corner of it, really, really easy. But not that one. But that's the level I want to get to with all the tracks. Okay, we messed up a bit there, but we're still safe. So 2 for 2.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
So we've got to keep this up. But if we don't get it, if I make a stupid mistake or something, then so be it. I'm not going to do what I did in Australia when I did this this part, and I just kept bloody rewinding over and over and over again. No more of that. So I'm going to mention on that video that I'm going to be a lot stricter on my playthrough, because if I watched that video, I probably wouldn't watch any of the others. I'd want to watch it the way I'm playing it now, not the way I played it in Australia. That's what I would want to watch. Someone who plays it very strict. So that is the way it's going to be. Okay, we're up a second. That's good. Get on your brakes nice and early for this. A little tiny bit late there, but you are going to get away with it. Oh, that's good. We didn't even clip the curb. Starting to pay attention to the markers. I reckon just before that 50 marker would be alright there. A little bit early that time, but about 60 yards or so. I reckon it'd be about right. Ooh, that's it's a nasty curve. Oh, I messed this up last time, didn't I? I kind of forgot where I was. We're over a second. That's good. We've with just that right hand bend left. We've moved up into 10th position. We're obviously not going for fast laps, but it's nice to see us moving up a little bit to P10. Are we going to go up a bit more? Nope, still P10.
Stay focused.
Alright, 3 for 3. I'm very pleased to report, I think that my fix for my steering wheel has worked, like my accelerator pedal that I was having problems with, that I fixed with gaffer tape, and I've also changed where the cable comes out of the wheel base, not the wheel base, the pedal base as well. When you've got your steering wheel on a stand, that cable comes out completely the wrong side. It's got to plug into the steering wheel itself, and it comes out the back of the pedals, so you have to have it coming out the back of the pedals and then curling back underneath them to come up your stand post to your steering wheel, which is totally backwards. But if you'd got your steering wheel clamped onto a desk and like your pedals underneath the desk, oh shit, I completely forgot where I was. Shit, I've got to recover that now. Yeah, if you'd got the your steering wheel on a desk with your pedals underneath, you'd want it to come out the back of the pedals and come up behind the desk, wouldn't you? It makes sense then. But when you're on a stand, it's totally different. You want it to come out the other side, the front of the pedals, and just go up the pole and be done. What am I? 0.2. Right, I've got to make sure I get this. I'll be bloody gutted if I miss it, and I'm not going to rewind or cheat. Oh my god, I'm down to 0.1. I'm going back up again. That's brilliant. One corner left, and then we'll be 4 for 4. So make sure you get a good braking point on this. About there. There's a little line there. I've only just noticed that. So that line is my brake point for the last corner. Beautiful. 4 for 4.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for.
Right, stay focused for this one then, because I made a few careless mistakes on the past 2 laps because I just weren't focused. I'd got like an image in my head of fixing my my pedals, and I weren't looking at the track. I was looking at my my own imagination. I know exactly what's coming up. Broke a tiny little bit early, but it's okay. We've got that dodgy S shape here. I'm gonna brake just as we clip this corner. Brake there, ready for this turn. And then remember we got to come round for the hill. And sharp on the brakes here for turning in. Oh, that's a bit messy, but it'll do. Right, I did miss this corner last time, so as soon as I come around the bend, we've got that sharp left. Brake just before it turns yellow. I need to get a better braking point in my head than just before it turns yellow. That's not good, is it? Here we want just before the 50, so about 60. Let's have a look at them then. About there. Well, that's probably a little bit off. Maybe about 70. I think that Rolex sign on the left is going to be the brake point for that. Because there's not much else. Oh my god, our delta's really down. Hold it together on this last corner. So that line is in a beautiful place, isn't it? Put more lines on the floor like that. Tell you where to put your brakes down, please. Right. Not very good on the last lap. Get your hands on the steering wheel. So I was having a bit of a stretch.
Complete and a job.
Right, return to garage. Got to have a little bit of a stretch. Right, we've done all of the R&D. So we've got maximum points, which is fucking lovely. Right, so let's have a little look. So all of this is done. I proper don't understand all the tyre stuff really. I should learn about it. How are we doing? Have we moved up? We were 10th, we're 12th. Oh yeah, we're next to our teammate, that's not too bad. So if we do a similar thing on qualifying, I think being about mid-pack is not too bad. So I'm going to forward time, and I'm going to skip the next session. Even though I really felt, oh I can't, can I? I've got to do them laps. I've got to do like 70 odd laps to get my my thing. How many do you think I've done already? That's an entire weekend, including the race, isn't it? So surely, what I've done already plus qualifying plus a full race is going to be 70 laps, would you not think? What do you think I've done so far? Maybe about 25? We seem to be progressing through this this podium pass thing quite quickly.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top three. Hamilton, Bottas.
Right, I'm going to go into the next training, the next practice. I wasn't going to do this practice, but I am, and I'm going to do some more laps in it. Team building. Purchased any upgrade for a facility in my team. I did that ages ago. Is it only just arrived? That's why, because it's only just arrived. So that means we're now getting more points for the powertrain, doesn't it? That's what I purchased, I think. Yeah, my back is telling me I need to be more relaxed while I'm racing. No point in looking at the R&D, is there? There's nothing going on in there. So we'll advance. That's such a pointless loading screen. We'll go on practice 3. I am going to do some laps. I'll try and see if I can push for a faster time, and hopefully on this weekend I will get that goal achievement for my second sponsor, because on other tracks I'm more likely to skip as opposed to this one, which I really didn't know very well. So I'm not going to do a training program. I'm just going to try and drive reasonably fast. So let's go to track, and I'll just do some laps until I run out of fuel, and see what we can do. Oh, I've got to check my setup, and I think it might have put it back on the middle one. I don't know if it does or not. I don't know if it keeps the one you were on at the end of the previous session. Oh, I'm really pleased that I've put that rear view mirror at the top, the fake video screen thing. I like that it's actually the shape of a mirror as well, and not just like a rectangle. It's got like a little border on it, and it's actually the shape of a rear view mirror. This kind of works a lot better than just being like a video set into your screen like they always used to be. Braking a little bit early. So yeah, I'll be trying to get my brake points tweaked a little bit during this, and hopefully putting down a fast lap. See that black bit of tarmac on the left there? That was a good marker for that brake point, wasn't it? So my marker here is to brake on this corner and then immediately turn into this, and then just kind of like swing it around. That's nasty. I haven't got a point for that. At the moment I'm just looking at it turning red and braking, so I need to get one for that as well. Same for this thing coming up. I haven't got anything on the track yet. So the curb, I mean, it's sort of like where the driver line, it's the curb, but again that's the driver line. That's no use. This one is about 70, I think. So there's 100, about there. It kind of turns blue a little bit. Oh yeah, that does feel about right. And we'll just let the car float around here. Don't want to touch the curb. And then coming down the hill. There's no real markers there at all, are there? Nothing really stands out on that bit of the track saying you want to brake here. But is this the one that's got the line? No. That's kind of like the shadow of the thing that's above you. That's not going to be a shadow if it's a sunny day. It does have the line, it's just under a shadow at the minute. So under the bridge thing. Right then, let's see what we can do this time. So the beginning of the curb. Oh, a little bit early. But the beginning of the curb was a good marker. This is the tarmac on the left where it changes, that bit there. So where we get that tarmac path, slightly after that tarmac path I think will be better. So I'm going to brake on that corner, ready for this turn, and then sort of like just try and flow the car down the hill. No idea what I'm braking for here other than it's turned red, I need to brake. And exactly the same on this one, I've got nothing in my head for this. It's sort of like the apex of the weird bend. It's not a good point. Right, so we're looking at 70-ish. Broke a bit hard. Now just float. Down the hill. It's that Rolex sign, isn't it? That's what we've got to look at, the Rolex sign on the right. Although that's not a good marker, is it, on the other side of the road? Oh, we've got fastest sector 2 so far, that's good. And now it's this shadow, and if the shadow's not there, there will be a line on the road, but it's just after the shadow, because we were a little bit early there. We second. So that curb, again a little bit early. I want to be waiting until I'm just into the curb, not before it. So we did do that a little bit early. This one's the tarmac. So that path right there, that looks about right, that one I think. We've got that little corner. I think I'd struggle with this without the driver line on the screen. That one I have no idea. There's nothing there other than the driver line telling me anything. I mean, you can see the corner. It's just a case of look at the apex. Where would you put your brakes on in a real car? You don't. I mean, in a real car, you don't think, oh, I better brake by this signpost. You know, 100 yards before that corner, you think there's a corner. I need to brake now. You know, you don't have to have markers, do you? Oh, we've got that about right. That one. A bit early on that one. Well, that's not too bad. So we're up on 1 and 2, which is good news. So just after the shadow, back there. Oh, that's good, that's good. Yeah, just after the shadow. Which also becomes the line. So we've got a good sector 3 as well. Okay, we're still good, we're very good. We're second. Just after the curb. Much better that time, but still slightly early. The tarmac path, the second half of the tarmac path there. It's not a tarmac path, it's a shadow. Oh bollocks, that means it's going to move. I thought it was a little tarmac path. That's annoying. I'll have to find something else for that corner then, because shadows move. That'll really fuck me up. Again, I've got nothing on that one at all. Nothing at all. But I have got something on this one. It's like, as I touch the curb. As long as I'm sort of on the driver line-ish, it's when I touch the curb. But we've got a slow sector. Look at about here. I'm trying to ignore the driver line now. Just as we go straight, a bit early. Right, you want to straighten up a little bit for a few metres, straighten up for 50 metres or so before you start putting the anchors on, just after the shadow. Alright, Lewis just put in a fastest lap, I didn't see what it was. Oh, he's there on the board, look. So 132.9, we're down to third. That was a 134.5. Right, let's make this one count then. We've got not much fuel in the car now, so that's good, because we'll be a little bit lighter. Not brilliant through there, but not too bad. Right, so this shadow I thought was a path. Well, there is an 100-yard marker next to it, the yellow marker, so that's the one, just before the yellow marker. That's better than a shadow that's going to move or completely disappear on a shit day. That's terrible. Right, let's return to garage. Right, I think we've learnt quite a bit more of the track there. I'll tell you what might be interesting, if we use all of these practice and qualifying sessions to learn the track and then challenge ourselves to have the driver line off on the actual race. That could be a challenge, couldn't it? I think that's asking a bit much though.
Is a 1 minute 33.9.
Let's have a look at the session info. So I'd love to know how many laps we've done this weekend, and whether the actual race on top of that is going to be enough for that sponsor. So I'd very much like to advance time now, but I want to get that sponsor thing, the sponsor bonus. I want to make sure that is secure and in the bag. So we've got a 133.9. What's Tatty got? Oh, nothing yet. What's she fucking doing?
The MFD button to open the multifunction.
She's just been sitting in the garage the entire time.
To cycle through till you reach the temperature information screen.
We'll go back out again. I really just want to make sure I get that requirement. We'll have a look at our setup, because I might go out with a different setup. Just going to have a little crack on this and see if it's any better. And we'll have a go on there for a flying lap. Where is everybody? Hopefully, then it's not too busy. I hope. Right then, we've got to bear in mind that we have got a slightly different setup. We're going to have to adjust ourselves just a little bit. Slightly earlier braking for the corners. And see if we can shave a little bit of time off. We've dropped down to 5th. Right, here we go. For that marker. Oh Christ, it's not that marker. Ah, it's not. But it wasn't the corner I thought it was. I mean, I knew it was that corner, but I was looking for the one that's got like the weird shadow path. This one coming up down here. I was looking for the path and the marker, thinking it was this one. That yellow marker there. Look, it's an 100 yard or metre. I don't know, yards. I think. Brake on this corner and then immediately look at that apex and try and hug it around nice and smooth through there. Don't know what I'm doing here at all. Without the driver line, this would be such a mess. Same with the next one. As soon as I touch the curb on the brakes, turn in sharp, I can get back on the gas. No, 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 no. Right, we've got to let him go. We don't want to damage the car. Right, quickly, quickly, quickly. Wait for me. We'll get rid of that DRS sign. It was made of polystyrene. Right then. So this is about 70 or 80. And then this is the big floaty corner. Just hold yourself in line, and then ooh, I've overshot that a bit. Oh, I don't know the track quite as much as I thought I did. This is the just after the shadow. Right, let's try again then. Let's try and focus. Right, so first corner is the same as that one just there. It's a bridge thing, isn't it? Just after it. Or is it the curb? No, it's just after the curb. So look for the curb, just after the curb. There's an 100 yard marker. I've gone too far. It's probably because I'm in a different setup. But it is the curb on that first one.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel.
I'm not going to do that, Jeff. 100 yard marker just before.
Temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open.
I'm not going to do that.
For how to control them.
There's no chance I'm looking at that data while I'm driving. Don't be ridiculous. Need to brake earlier on that one. Again, I'm struggling with this setup a little bit. I'm going to give it one more lap and really try and focus. Try and remember all my brake points and see if I can shave a fraction of time off. So I'm a 133.9. Oh God, stop looking up there. I wish all that information was just on your steering wheel all the time. And I really wish you could say, these are the things I want to be on display on my steering wheel, always. I really do. It'd be so much better. Go straight a bit, now brake. Oh, we can cut that corner quite a lot. Right, so braking on the sign just after. There we go. Right, so first corner, curb and marker. And it's pretty much on the beginning of the curb with this setup. So looking for the curb on the left. 150, there's the curb. Oh Christ, that's right on it, isn't it, that curb. Right, down here then we've got that marker just after the path, which isn't really a path. There we go. I'll touch on the brakes as we hit the apex of this in order to be able to do that, and then snake down the hill and brake as we approach the blue tarmac. Turn in tight. Brake as soon as we touch the curb. Turn in. More. Don't spin out. God, we're a second down. This setup is not good at all. This is not correct for me. Definitely going to change the setup. I mean, we're a second down. Let's just go to garage and change the setup. And we'll try and put down. I think we want to be. It's that one, isn't it? So we did pretty good on that. I don't think you really need it. I'm going to have a crack on the downforce and see how we do. I really don't think you need it. So anyway, let's get out there for flying laps with this and see how it compares. I mean, there are a couple of real snaky bits where a bit of downforce would be lovely. So we'll see how this measures up. Right then, here we go. So we can be slightly later on the brake points this time. So first one, this bridge. Have we caught that nicely? Right, so this is the curb and the 100 board. But we are going to be slow on the straights, obviously. Looking for the curb. I'm going to be actually on the curb, I think. Oh, that's maybe a touch too early. We'll cut that. Touch that. Now we're looking for that yellow marker, just before the yellow marker. That one there. We left that a little bit late at that time and it looked about right for this car. I'm going to be touching the brakes on this so we can turn in. This bit of the track is a little bit dodgy, and I'm going to have some problems there. I'm not letting you pass, dude, because I'm trying to get a decent lap time with this setup. So I want to. Oh Christ! Oh, it's bumped into us as well. Right, return to garage. We've got to be careful on that corner. We really have. That's a few times I've spun out there now. That's on the actual race. That's not going to be good.
1:33.9.
So we're going to be going back to this setup, and we are going to accelerate time. Let's just get into something that's more interesting to watch. There. So we'll accelerate the time. I'm currently 10th. That's not too bad. Let's have a look where Tatiana is. If she's done anything yet. Oh, she's actually managed to go out on the track, which is nice. Expect the best. Maximum resource points. So that was one of those, that hidden challenges menu. That was something to do with that. And we did that last time as well. Why didn't we get that for Australia? So we've leveled up. We've got some new gloves. Level 9's a bit boring. Look, shit gloves and a stupid emblem.
Our top three, who are Bottas, Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo. What an incredible practice session. The fun doesn't stop here though.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I mean, I've got the game set about right. That's where you want to be coming, really, isn't it? So what's the deal with this then? You really didn't do very much, did you? You are very lazy. This is why I'm getting more resource points than I expect, because she's doing it as well. But she doesn't work quite as hard as me, does she? Don't really know how that bonus thing works. Mine's gone up to 4% though. Oh, it's because I'm level 2 and she's level 4. That's why she's getting more than me. But I'm going to catch her up and probably overtake, because I'll keep on doing all of the practice programs. And you get rewarded for that, don't you? Right, so we've got a short qualifier, which we will do. And we'll see our position on the grid. And then we'll shut down this video. and the next one will be the no rewinds, even even if we write the car off, no rewinds on the race. And I think I am going to mention something on the first video, so anybody watches it, they don't think, oh, this guy just rewinds all the time. Right, let's have a look at our messages then quickly. It's not going to be anything interesting, is it? It might be a weather report. Right, Jeff telling us about the track. It's fairly straightforward layout for most part here, as you know, but there are a couple of important features it's worth reminding you about. First of all, turn 10, acute left-hander. Why aren't there numbers on the track so I could look at it and say, oh yeah, that's turn 10. You'll be trail braking and downshifting, I don't know what either of those two things mean, all the way to the apex. If you start to lock up, ease off the brakes, you can't afford to lose too much here. Secondly, the final corner, I know which one that is. It's a long start-finish straight, so you really want to carry as much speed as possible. The track widens at the exit, so you can probably take the early apex. Cheers, Jeff. But it would be much more useful if you had numbers on the little map, so I knew what turn 10 was. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I don't know. You don't know which bit's a turn and which bit's two turns. I think it's that really sharp bit where you end up coming back parallel, isn't it? The one where I keep spinning out. Is that what he's talking about? Probably. Right, anyway, let's get in the qualifier. Oh, these loading screens are pointless, aren't they? It loads a screen where pretty much all you're going to do is press a button to load the next screen. That's a little bit pointless. Right, we are going to be taking all 18 minutes of this and hopefully get in a better position than we did in Australia. So Australia we were 12th? No, 11th. Australia we were 11. So we want to be a little bit better here. Hello. I like Ash gave us a little wave. Right, let's get out there then. Let's get out there and see what we can do. Should be empty, being as we've only just got in. Everyone else will fanny about in the pits for 10 minutes. Tatiana will probably stay in the pits for all of the qualifier. She really needs to work a little bit harder. She really does. She's not getting enough resource points at all. Right, here we go. Let's stay focused. See the line this time because there's no shadow. So yeah, it's the line on that one. I have to remember what Jeff said about the early apex and the wide exit. So here we're looking for the curb. There we go. We don't want to go on the curb though. Okay, we messed that up a bit. Here we're looking for the yellow marker. And brake on the apex and turn. Ooh, way too hard on the brakes. So only a little dab needed there. Well, I reckon the brake point on this one, if you notice over on the left, there's like various different coloured bits of blue tarmac. It's not like an entire blue zone, it's sort of like a pattern. So I want to pay a little bit of attention to that pattern and see where it is, gentle on the accelerator here, and see which part of that pattern is the bit where I want to be braking. So I'm going to be looking at that on the next lap. So where we want about 80, it's about there. And then sweepy, sweepy, sweep, straighten up and brake. I've got the Rolex on the right. That's not too bad. Right, so early apex, wide exit. I'm going to brake slightly earlier so we can get the early apex. And take the wide exit like he said. And carry some speed through. Is that what you meant, Jeff? Right, so a where is it? 132.777. Okay. Right, so that was messy. I'm slightly off on that brake point. It's just into the curb. Right, so it's the second marker here. So the yellow one is the second one. I almost missed it last time because it didn't quite look as yellow at night time as it does in the day. So I was looking for something a bit more bright yellow, and I did almost miss it. So there we go. Make sure we get on in. Only a dab on the brakes there. We've got to remember. See the pattern? Right, I've got to start paying attention to that pattern and choose a brake point on it.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank
Oh, fuck off. Just put more fuel in the car then. I want to drive. I want to practice. So we are going to have to go in. I'm going to finish this lap and then do teleport to the thing, because I'm up on my Delta, so it's a better lap than my previous one. The car's really light. I'll just let them come and get the car once it's run out of petrol. They can come and collect it. Oh, you bugger! Wasn't expecting him to do that. It was nice of him though. Give me a bit of space. That was quite good. Obviously, they know that I'm trying to get a time. I'm starting to forget which break points there are. Okay, so we're going to take this. We're up 0.8, so we're definitely taking this lap. We're not going in. Right, so there we go. Now we'll teleport to the garage. Have a little look at the times. I mean, obviously, a lot of people haven't put down a time yet, so this is completely pointless information, isn't it?
This lap is a 1 minute.
Let's see what we've got on the board. So, we're dropping down. So we got 1:31.9. Where's Tatty? Well, she's on a 1:34. I'm hoping she does a bit better than that. Right then, let's get back out there with some petrol. And see if we can get a bit better. I'm hoping to be probably about 8th on the grid. What's the first corner? It's right, isn't it? So 8th would be good, because that'll be on the right hand side. So I'm aiming for 8th on the grid, or 6th, or 4th, or 2nd. Don't want to be first, it's on the wrong side. They should always put first on the side of the first corner, so you're on the inside, shouldn't they? Really, I would rather be second on the grid than first on any track that's got a right-hand bend for the first corner. They should just always do that. It's just not right that you're in pole position, you're in first place on the grid, and then there's someone sitting almost right next to you who has got the inside lane for the first corner. It really shouldn't be like that at all. So yeah, all tracks should be set up with pole position being on whatever side of the track the very first corner is going to turn to. Do you not think that would make sense? I do. I think that would make a bloody lot of sense. But yeah, you've definitely got an advantage, haven't you, if you're on the inside for that first bit. Oh, I nearly forgot where we were then. Might be a bit over. No, we were alright. Well, I was doing really well on this track, and I'm starting to lose it a bit now. So I've got to get my focus back in. It's not nailed in there yet. It's still like conscious learning sort of experience. It hasn't become like a subconscious knowing yet. It's still a conscious focus learning thing. So I need to continue focusing some more until I get it all nailed in, and then that better part of my mind takes over. Right, we're down on all 3 sectors. What a bag of wank that was. Right, let's focus this time then, because that was not good. Right, looking for the curb. There it is. Still a little bit late, which gives me a shit line through here. It's got to be right at the beginning of that curb, hasn't it? So we're looking for the yellow sign, halfway between the two. Bit early, maybe a bit more towards the yellow. And we've got to have respect for this big snake that squirms its way down the hill. And that blue bit of tarmac, there's a blue bit in between the two darker sections.
The tank is empty.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you got to put more petrol in the pissing car. What's wrong with you? You can't just let me do one fucking lap and have to come in every time to get more petrol. I don't mind if the car's a little bit heavier and I get to stay out for a few more laps. Right, we're looking at about 70. We've not so heavy on the brakes and much quicker on the accelerator. But we are up on our Delta for the first 2 sectors. Straighten up and brake. And turn in, cut this corner a bit. It's okay, you can go on there. We're still alright, we're still alright. Delta's on a 0.7. Ooh, it's going down, not up though. Don't I get another lap out of this? No, I won't, will I? Let's teleport. It's fucking eating up all my time doing this teleport to garage thing. Right, how long we got left? Oh bollocks, 2 minutes. Right, we'll go out for another one. We're 4th. Holy shit, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. It's the right side of the track. My God, that's brilliant. Right, let's hope that it stays at 4th. Oh my God, I'm happy with that. I don't want to be 3rd, but I would like to be 2nd. Let's see if we can improve on 4th. Wow, that's very surprising. Come on then. Right, real focus now. This is quickly becoming my favourite track. Right, sign. Turn in. Take it wide. Get nice acceleration all the way through this giant straight. Curb. Beginning of the curb. Don't go on the curb. Right on the beginning of the curb. That's where you want it. Don't touch the curb. Turn in. We want to do that a little bit better so we get a better line through here, but that was not too bad. We are down on the Delta by 0.2. Don't see why, really. Right, halfway. There. We fucked that up last time. No, last time I fucked it up because I did it halfway. I was saying a bit more towards the yellow. Brake, get in, turn in, turn in, turn in. Snake it down here, nice and smooth. Blue tarmac, turn in sharp. It's not the blue tarmac, it's the black tarmac that gives it to you when we've spun out. Right, return to garage, that's the end of that. Did we keep 4th? If we did, I'm going to be an happy chappy. Right. It's taking a bloody long time to add up this XP. Oh, look at that! We are above both Ferraris.
With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid line up for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Right, I am really chuffed with that. So the front line then, as expected, Mercedes. We've got a Red Bull just squeezed in between there, and I am in a better position than that car because I've got the inside line. I'm fucking happy with that. Right, let's have a little look where Tati is. Hopefully she's not at the. She's right at the back. Well, she didn't even beat Williams. What's wrong with you, woman? Ah, fuck a duck. Right. $133.8. I want to keep you for the entire season because you're from Colombia and you're female. But if you continue doing this, you're out of it. You've got to get more resource points in the practice, and you've got to try a lot fucking harder on the race and the qualifier. You're going to come last in the race now, aren't you? And that's going to really cock up our all the points that I'm going to get from coming first. Disgusting. How dare she? We're still on please wait. Why is it still on please wait? I'm pressing the button. Thing's spinning around at the top. Right, there we go, guys. That's the end of video number 2. Let's have a look what happens here then. So I've increased a little bit. She didn't increase at all because she's really fucking lazy. Yeah, give her a dirty look. Bitch. Yeah, that's it. See that? What I do with my lips. Give her a look away, purse my lips. Fucking bitch. Do it again. Watch my lips. Do it again. She's looking at me. She did it! She fucking did it! She looked at me and she said bitch. I'll look at her, I'll look away, look at my lips. Bitch. There we go. These two do not get on. She needs to work a damn sight fucking harder. She's probably thinking, fuck you bitch. She did it then. She looked at me and she said, fuck you bitch. And now she's giving me the finger on the chin. I know what that means. Go on, do it, bitch. There we go. Right, she's probably looking at me thinking, you're only a fucking level 2. I am the bloody first driver in this team. I own the team, and I'm doing my work. I will be level 5 probably before you reach level 5. Well, maybe not. Anyway, we'll look at each other, we'll look away, and we'll both say, bitch. There we go. Little bit of rivalry going on. Let's advance. Right then, so we have Bahrain at night. I'm feeling pretty good about this. We're in a really, really good place. And I reckon if we are very careful and we don't spin out, we could come home with some podium points. So yeah, I am expecting good results on this. I am going to redeem, don't walk on the laptop, Filippo. I am going to redeem the mess that was Australia. But we've got to wait for it. We're not going to be doing it on this video. We're going to do it on the next one. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it today or not. So I've just done 2 videos. Today, hang on.
We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Too fucking right. It was a successful qualifier. It was amazing. Well, for me, not for that bitch over there. Right. So I did the race for Australia just before this. So I'm going to have a little bit of a break now and play with my little boy who is currently biting my hand. Hello, Filippo. Do you want some attention? Yeah, I know. Mummy is a bit boring, isn't it? Isn't she? 2 hours being just with Mummy and not with Daddy is just a little bit boring. So I'll see you in the next one, guys, and hopefully we're going to bring home some points. So wish me luck. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.